Good morning. So this looks different to you, I'm sure, but that is because I am building a Magic the Gathering deck, and I've not finished editing any of the last stream, so, well, except for the video that came out today. Oh, my headphones are way too loud. So that doesn't turn that down for you. I can watch the levels. Nope, just for me. Okay, so I am building a commander deck today around Gandalf, Westward Voyager. He is a legendary creature avatar wizard. Actually, let me see if I can pull this up that's bigger. Can I do that? Can I like full screen it? That'd be rad. I could go to the card page. Does that help us? I guess a bit. Oh, you're gonna get ads. No. How do I go back? Can I use my... This is great. This is working fantastically. We'll just go to decks. Alright, Gandalf. This is kind of as big as I can get it right now. Don't cut that. Yeah, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Why did I say that? I'm so... This is what life is like when you can't focus on stuff. You'll have to zoom in yourself. I don't know, I can't read it. I could open a new tab. Nah, but then I have to do all the switching and stuff. Why can't this just be bigger? There's so much real estate. I mean, like, come on. What is playing on my phone? Stop it. I should have figured out how to better record this. I could do that. Do we want to go on a side adventure to make this card bigger on the side? To just enable and disable a thing? An overlay? Oh, but then if I forget, it's gonna really fuck things up. Listen, you're gonna deal with this. I'll just read it to you. So this says, whenever a spell you cast... Nope. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater, each opponent reveals the top card of their library. If any of those cards share a card type with that spell, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy, and each opponent draws a card. Otherwise, you draw a card. So say Gandalf is on the field, and I cast something with 5 mana or greater. Say it's a creature. Like, well, I don't know. But say that's happening. Everyone else flips over the top card of their deck. And if any of those are a creature, you copy the spell that you cast, and then everyone else draws that card. Otherwise, I draw the card. Just one. So this deck is just basically copy things, but also sub-theme top deck of other people's libraries. So that's what I'm going for. Simic is renowned. And actually, here we're gonna do some shenanigans here. Look at me. Look at me. Can you see me? Good. Glad this is just working suddenly. So I designed a card for r/custom magic today. And it's misspelled, but that's fine. Where the hell am I? I'm so disorganized right now. I thought I was much better organized than this. I just want to pull up the damn image. Why is this so difficult? Maybe it's just me. I think it's just me. Open a new tab. No, don't look at the source for the page, damn it. Okay. It's still not large enough. Here we go. Here's the spell. It's called Everyone's on Their Phone. It's Simic. Okay, so green and blue. It's an instant. Right, and it has this ability that if you play a ton of spells, and the turn's taken more than 30 minutes, you just get to take an extra turn for free. And that's the thing with Simic, is that they always do this. Anytime I've ever seen someone play Simic, it's always done exactly this. They play their whole deck onto the table, and they go, I guess I'll just pass the turn. What was that? My cat is freaking out. Because the reality is that people who play like that rarely ever think about how they win the game. So my goal is to do the exact opposite. What is it? Okay, hang on. I've got to go deal with my cat now. Wait here. Okay, I was very threatening, so he ran off. Kind of. I still hear whatever that noise was. Here we are again. Okay. We're back. So typically Simic decks play their whole deck onto the field, and they don't do anything. So the goal is to build a Simic deck that can do cool value stuff, but also just wins the game, instead of waiting around, or taking 20 minutes to do a single turn. I played a deck, this is based off a deck that I built, with Loot, the one that gives you extra lands, and it's actually in the deck now, or it will be. And it did that, it just took a really long turn and then didn't win. And I felt really bad, so I took the deck apart as soon as I got home. And now it's gonna be this. Maybe. Maybe it's gonna be this. If I can get this concept working. So there are a few cards I already have planned out. And a few for the maybe board. That I think are good, but aren't the right cost. Because Gandalf specifically wants 5 costed cards. So 5 CMC or greater. But there's a combo piece in here that I think is going to be really, really good. So let's actually start there. Let me move my keyboard. Where do I put everything? I don't know. Yeah, so I've got, I think 2/3 of the deck sleeved. I might change this around once I've played it a few times. These are all lands. That's out of order. Okay, those are all lands. You can't see what I'm putting down on the table. Okay, there's actually a few combo pieces. We'll talk about this one first. This is Traumatize. Traumatize is very, very good in this deck. Because it basically just wins on the spot. How do I add cards? It doesn't win you. It doesn't win on the spot. It does kill someone immediately though. In the game, of course. So traumatize. Target player puts half of his or her library rounded down into his or her graveyard. So mill someone for half their deck. Gandalf, of course, will copy this if someone else has a sorcery on top. And because they're drawing that card, they will... Actually, no, this doesn't. Maybe it does. When does half get decided here? Can I see the rulings on this? Maybe I was wrong. Rulings, there we go. Not what I meant. So I think this half is calculated when it's cast, not when it resolves. So you'll play this, I think. The top half gets calculated, right? So that number of cards gets calculated. And then it happens again. I don't actually know. Let's see. MTG copy traumatize, okay. Oh, okay. So, this is different. This is different than I thought. It's still good, but it only puts 3/4 of their deck in their graveyard. Which actually might not be worth it. Unless I could... Nope. It's not a mill deck. This might just not be good. Alright, this is going in the maybe board. I was very excited for that. Yeah, let's add this to the maybe board. Okay. Actually, let's just be in import cards. Next combo piece. This one does work. I verified this because I played it. But it does require specific deck building to build around it. That is Rishkar's Expertise. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Okay. Rishkar's Expertise. This says draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control, which with Gandalf out will probably be 5. So draw 5 cards. Then you may cast a spell with mana value 5 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Very, very powerful. Because it doesn't say put it into play, like, and actually let me grab the correct printing of this. It's this one. So there's another card in this deck. I'm going to find it for you. I actually pulled this recently. I don't recommend cracking packs, but it is fun if you have money to waste on dumb stuff. This one. So this is Loot Exuberant Explorer, my bad. You get to play an additional land, but the tap ability is the real selling point for this card. You look at the top 6, you reveal a creature card with mana value less than something, and then you put it onto the battlefield. I've never had it where that mana value is less than like 35, so... but it says put onto the battlefield. That does not work with Gandalf. specifically. Gandalf only happens on cast, and with Rishkar's expertise, say you have someone has a sorcery on top of their deck, right? You cast Rishkar's expertise. Gandalf sees it trigger. Say it gets copied. Now you draw 10 cards, and you get to cast 2 more 5 mana value spells that both have the opportunity to be copied. Very, very powerful. And if any of those is a way to cast this again, dude, you're off to the races. Great, great, great card in this deck. Some would say the best. I think it's actually pretty close to the best card for this deck, specifically. There are a few more things in here that are probably worth talking about in terms of Rishkar's expertise. The first is a card I just think is really good in Simic, because it does draw so many cards inherently. Is Psychosis Crawler. Ooh, my headphones are dying. That's cool. I'll have to fix that. All printings. This is... Oh, this gets printed a lot. Is it this one? Ooh, I love that. That's so cool. This is only $2. Oh, it's $2 on Card Kingdom. You can get it for 70 cents. I might have to buy this. This is really sweet. Whoa. It's cool art. So this power and toughness doesn't matter. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses a life. Actually a good combo with Rishkar's expertise if it's already out. Right, because you draw equal to its power, and then everyone takes that much damage. Plus, if you have Gandalf doubling it, right? Very good combo. Let's look at some other cards that might be really good here. In terms of that combo in particular. I don't have much else for that. So that's something I'll have to really get going here, right? Is stuff around that where you're copying, casting things. I just need to work on that idea a bit more. Let's talk about something very important to the strategy, and a kind of a pain point for me personally. So, you remember this from Modern, don't you? Lantern of Insight. This was the base card for a very powerful Modern strategy called Lantern Control. It's fallen out of favor now. But boy was it super oppressive, where you could just control the top card of people's libraries. That's kind of what I want to be doing in this deck anyway. Because you want to take the random chance of, like, maybe this spell could copy to guaranteeing it. Or at least close to. So this just forced everyone to play the top card of their library revealed. And then you can have someone shuffle. So, good stuff. Pretty pricey uncommon now. It used to be much more expensive, I think. And I believe only ever printed the one time. Did I ever get a reprint? No. Yeah, so I'm... Oh, it's in the list. It's in the list. My copy is not. So I should probably change that. There. There's another card that does this. It's very expensive. Because it's from Legends. Let's actually look at that. Oh, whoops, this needs to be in a different place. So something I don't like about Archidect is that if you click anywhere inside this modal interface that isn't, you know, an input, it closes it. I think for something like this, where you're going to be moving your mouse around a lot, clicking a lot of smaller buttons, just limit it. This is way better. Why didn't... That button should be freaking highlighted. Oracle text. Oh. Oh, it's not there, it's his or her. Because they went for grammatical instead of easier to read. Huh? This is... Plays with the top card. Oh, the top card. There we go. Did it get errated to there? Alright, I'm stupid. How? How? I want to show you this other card. It's a cool card. It's... So most of these are played with the top card of your library revealed. Not as good. What? Lantern of Insight literally has that in the... I feel like I'm stupid. These are her library revealed. What the hell is happening? Hang on. Oh, there are actually other effects that do this. Say each player. Library revealed. What is going on? Is it because I can't view more or something? Unlock this. Show me this again. Why is Lantern of Insight back on the screen? No? Nope. Am I missing something? Or is this broken? Or are they using like some context-aware stuff? There's more than one search tab? I didn't know I could do that. What is going on? Okay, it's an enchantment, I know that. And it costs 1. And it's blue. Wait, why is it not 1? Here. Oh, there we go. It's a single blue. Cool, it's in here somewhere. They've got a lot of 1-mana enchantments in blue. Mostly auras. This is kind of cool. Why doesn't this see play? Mark of Eviction? You just enchant someone's creature and then it bounces it? Don't get me wrong, most of these are really bad, but... Telepathy is the same kind of effect, but it's hands, so it's not as good. Okay, so I passed it. You know, this is very annoying. It's in here somewhere. We'll find it. Yeah, Backfire seems cool too. No, something's wrong. Here, we'll get rid of these specifications. Maybe I was wrong about how expensive it is. Top card of library, there we go. Oh. Top card. This isn't print. I can read. I'm reading a card that has it printed on it. I feel like I'm stupid right now. It's gotta be doing some context-aware something in the background. Because this is dumb. Did I type it in the mana cost instead? Maybe I was dumb. Did I misspell something? Does it have to be the exact wording? This is so annoying. This is going to be 30 minutes of me struggling to get this program to work. Buckle in. See this. Okay, here's the issue. This is printed on a card that I'm currently reading. Right now, I'm reading it. Each player plays with the is written on a card in front of me, and that's the Oracle text. I'm going to copy this from Gatherer, from the source, if it ever loads. Okay, the wording's a bit different than I thought it was. It's like this. Okay. There we go. So there's 3 of them. This one is $129. It's going to go on the maybe board. Unfortunately, I don't know why this never saw a reprint. Lantern of Insight is strictly better. So I don't know why this must be in the reserve list, because there's no other reason for it. Or it's in treasure chest set. What is this? What is this set? I don't know. There's a chance I have this made up for me at some point. And then Wizen Snitches. I actually think I own this card. It's just sitting in a binder or in a long box somewhere. I'm gonna add to the maybe board. It's expensive for the effect, so. Anyway, that's Lantern of Insight. You just look at the top card of their library before they reveal it. Okay. There are some sub-themes here that are good. The first is, let's look at ramp stuff. Ramp is broken with Gandalf because you're copying things that are 5 cost or greater. So I think a big one is Gilded Lotus. I need to clear this. Gilded Lotus is just... Did you want to run this one by me again? Clear. Search. Am I a fucking idiot? No, of course I spelled it wrong. And it did not correct it. Okay. Gilded Lotus just taps for 3. If you copy it, both of them tap for 6, so now you're net positive on mana. Good stuff. Good stuff. What is this printing? You know, I actually didn't realize they printed Gilded Lotus in earlier sets. I thought it was just Dominaria. I guess it makes sense. Although this one's cooler. Here we go. So that's just net positive. There's not a lot. And there is, right? So, but there's nothing at 5 mana specifically that is just straight ramp. Kind of at 5 is Animus Awakening. So Animus Awakening will work for Gandalf, but not for Rishkar's expertise because it costs X, right? So if you can duplicate this, you will generate ludicrous amounts of mana. You know, turn 5. That might come in untapped, right? So, I mean, good stuff. That's all I have to say about that. Oh, it's getting up there in price too. Why is the old one so much less expensive? Are there just less of these? I don't know. Next one here is along the same lines. It's called Boundless Realms. This is a pet card of mine. I've never seen someone cast it besides myself. Here we go. So Boundless Realms, you search for X basic lands where X are the number of lands you control, and you put them out tapped. Or just double your lands in a 2-color deck because you're playing mostly basics. Easy. Great stuff. I think... no, that's not it. There's another one. Zendikar Resurgent. You know this card. You've played against this before. Nah. None of those are good. And this is not the printing I have, because this is from the list. This one. There we go. So it just doubles the amount of mana that you create, right? And then it gets you a creature when you cast a card. So when you cast a no, it gives you a card when you cast a creature. My bad. Having 2 of those, obviously very broken. This deck desperately needs a way to untap all its stuff. Don't let me forget that. What else is in here in terms of ramp so far? There's 2 more that I can think of, and you're going to think that these are weird includes, but I'm going to tell you why they're not. The first, they're both Nissa Planeswalkers, if you can guess. Nissa Who Shakes the World, there we go. These never need to ult, so I don't even concern myself with ulting these Planeswalkers. I've actually had Nissa Worldwaker ult 1 time. It was good. I was winning the game anyway, so it didn't matter. Nissa Worldwaker in the much cooler printing, the older one. Okay, actually that's really cool. No, it's not worth the money. I'd rather have like a Cyclonic Rift or something. M15 Nissa, very good. This +1 being on tap instead of a -1, I can't help but think that that was a mistake. They should not have printed that. That's incredibly good. Because what this is, when you have like mana doublers out, it's play Nissa for free, and just every turn untap a bunch of stuff. Obviously broken in landfall decks and all the rest. Let's go over the regular ramp then. The stuff that's not just busted up and broken. We're in blue, we're playing High Tide. High Tide. Fallen Empires. It's good enough. I picked up for a cube I built around Fallen Empires. And it's this art. Thank you, Fallen Empires, for printing enough of these so that we never had to be concerned about the price. And for the the art direction in Fallen Empires is amazing. The fact that, you know, they have 4 pieces of art for every card is so cool. And, you know, when you've printed 1 billion of them, it does give a little bit of diversity to the actual base of cards, right? Standard stuff, Kodama's Reach. Honestly, I think Kodama's Reach might be a little slow. Now, why is this taking so long? I'm still real and exist, right? Nothing's breaking? The stream is fine? Seems fine, it's not stopped or anything. Boy, this is real slow. Let me check my internet. I promised I paid my bills. I'm getting 300 down, so a little slower than normal. But more than enough to load a frickin' webpage. I mean, I was out at the farm loading the shit with 10, so what's going on? Oh, okay. A lot less printings than I expected, actually. cultivate. I'll just grab all of these in a row. So this deck runs a ton of mana ramp, because you need it. You need to get to 5 mana as quickly as possible to cast Gandalf, or you're just not doing anything. And all the good spells in this deck are above 5 anyway. There are a few things that you can cast for cheap, but you really don't want to be pulling those off the top with a Rishkar's expertise. This is the storybook version. This one. Next is Rampant Growth from M12. Oh, lots of these. Oh, this printing is rad. What is this from? This printing is rad too. No, we're getting distracted. Don't do that. Ooh. I do kind of want to Mirage Rampant Growth now. Pardon me? Did... This is a horrible ad for Architect. Did the Kodama's Reach that I was trying to load earlier just finish loading? And it loaded into my already in progress search? Wow. That's not how I would have designed the website. What am I doing? M12? Hey Architect, if you want a developer who knows, I don't know what this is in, probably React Vue, let me know. I will recommend you the company that I work for. Okay, this is from Throne of Eldraine. That was the first printing, right? No. But I can't find it. God, they printed this card so much. Oh, it was. I was right. Let's say I pulled one in a pack. Soul Ring. This is from... was this Commander Masters? It was a while ago. I'm sure I'm not going to be able to find it quickly. Boy, I'd really love an old border Soul Ring. They're tough to get a hold of now. Nope, I'm stupid, unfortunately. Where is it? Alright, I just can't find it. Or it's not loading. Always possible that's the case. We'll just grab a random printing, that's probably fine. Next is Cultivate. Fan favorite, stock standard. Possibly too expensive now, I'm not sure. In this deck. Just because, you know, Commander's at 5. Tough to play, tough to play. Oh, actually another one. This one will get copied from Gandalf. Regal Behemoth. This one gives you the Monarch too, right? So drawing more cards, kind of green-blue shenanigans. And the original printing too, so that's cool. I want that. That's really cool. I should pick one of those up, actually. Okay. Classic Simic stuff now. Oh, no, we missed one. Again, this runs a ton of ramp. So actually, the only game I've ever played with this deck so far, because I had a proto version of this, I didn't draw any ramp, so I've clearly overcompensated here to make up for it. The next class of spells in Gandalf here is, you know, extra turn spells, right? So, I've only got 2, and I only plan on running 2. I don't want this to be an effect that I'm playing every game, because once Simic starts taking a ton of extra turns, people get on their phone, they tune out, and damn it, I just don't want to play a game like that. So I'm hesitant to put any extra turn spells in the deck at all, right? The first, though, is Karn's Temporal Sundering. It's at 6, so it can get duplicated by Gandalf. I think Legendary counts as a type, so you could pick up like Legendary creatures and stuff, too. This is mostly good just because it has an extra type on it. But yeah, just take an extra turn. Good stuff. And the next one is a Storm card. It's very good in this deck. If you've had, you know, a turn where you've played a few spells, Mind's Desire, getting copied, kind of ludicrous. I had a really cool version of this too, which is why I'm playing it. It is specifically this one. And no, so Gandalf does not see the copies as casting. They're just copies. So if you're expecting this to like go infinite or whatever, it does not. Thankfully, Storm does not go infinite on this card. Foil. I don't think this is etched or anything. No, it's just shiny. Very cool card though. It's a card that makes you think, damn, he's taking another turn. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. Next on fun Simic shenanigans is Thief spells. So this isn't the main focus of the deck. In fact, I might just take them out. I don't think it helps me much, so for now I'm going to put them into a category of their own, probably in the maybe board. The first is Telemann Performance. This card's in here because it's at 5, not because it's very good or anything. Right, so Telemann Performance. Target opponent reveals a card from the top of his or her library until they reveal a creature card. That player puts all non-creature cards revealed this way into the graveyard, then you put that creature card into play under your control. So they just reveal until they hit a creature and then you put it into play. Gandalf can obviously copy this, makes it super busted. This should go on the maybe board. Next is Blatant Thievery. This is crazy. This might be just a win con in this deck if I play it, so I might keep this one. Oh, it's got an Ixalan printing? Well, now I might have to play it, no matter what. Or I could play the Onslaught version. This is cooler. This is way cooler. I'm a sucker for the old bordered stuff. Yeah, let's keep this in as a win con. So we'll count this as win con. For each opponent, game control of target permanent player controls. If they've got really cool stuff and you just want to take it from them. It's not the focus of the deck, because people obviously hate that, but you cast this with Gandalf, I mean... that'll win you the game. That will just win you the game. Oh, there we go. Next, and probably cut first, is Dream Leash. So, you have to play it on a tap permanent, you control it, it gets copied. I'm actually fine with not even including it. It's not an effect I want to do a whole lot, and I don't think the card's very good. The selection is too low. Okay, what else do we need to look at? We could do more card draw stuff next. So, the big card draw spell for this deck is obviously Rishkar's Expertise. Why is this in mill? I might have to rename this category. So big card draw, Rishkar's Expertise. So, why is mine's Desire in draw? This is Storm Off, extra turn. This is in removal? I'll have to clean these up. This is awful. This is bad. Card draw, obviously Gandalf himself is card draw. There are a few, there's not a lot. Just because it's printed on the commander itself, but when in doubt, I put X spells in the deck, because when Gandalf copies an X spell, or when you make a copy of an X spell at all, it copies the value of X. So spells with X values get much, much, much better than they're supposed to be. So the first is Mind Spring. This card, I think, maybe slept on a bit. Is there just a better card than this? There's gotta be just blue X, draw X cards. Mind Spring's fine, I have it, so I don't want to buy a new one. And it's the original printing. Or this printing, not this one. What else is there in the pure card draw side of things? None. That's probably too low. Only having two. There's kind of pseudo card draw in here though. The big one is Genesis Wave. You've probably played against this card if you've ever played against like a mono green player. Right, reveal the top X cards. You get to put any number of permanent cards with mana value X or less from among them onto the battlefield, and then anything else goes to the graveyard. This card is ludicrous. I mean, obviously, if you play it in decks with smaller counts, it's good. But if you cast this for 7, every card is going onto the battlefield. And especially if Gandalf can copy it, what are we even doing? Some of these I'm reading now. Oh, geez. Uh-oh, hang on. Huh, that was weird. Hang on, I gotta set up my audio again really quick. My headset just died on me. That was great. Something I learned today is that I thought my speaker or my computer had a speaker. It doesn't. It's my TV that's plugged into it. Hooray, hooray. Is F11 not the button to full screen? What the hell is happening? Yeah, it is. Okay, I think we're back. We are so back. I just took Artisan of Kozilek out of the deck. It's good. It's got Annihilator 2. And it returns a creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. It's not worth it for 9 mana. You can look up what that card does on your own. Those are all win con stuff. Actually, let's talk about Graveyard Recursion, because there's a few of those in here. Only 2. A deck like this is more about going fast than recursion, so I didn't put a lot in here. The first is another X spell. It's Wildest Dreams. This card's good because I pulled it in a pack when I was, you know, a while ago. I think I was in like high school or something. It just returns X cards, right? So you cast this for above 5, maybe you copy it. Cool stuff. The next is the Mirari Conjecture. Also cool. Is it great? Not really. But it gets you your sorceries back. It's cool stuff. It also gives you copies if it gets to 3. It usually doesn't, but also, you know, it costs 5. Gandalf can copy it. Then we have removal and counters. Basically, protection effects is what I'm going for with this section. Right, so things like... Oh, this is actually the list version. Hang on. Switch. There we go. First is Acidic Slime. It costs 5. It's much better in this deck than it is in general now. You play it, it gets copied because it's a creature. You blow up 2 things. Then you've got 2 2s, right? So it's blockers, it's removal. It's Death Touch, so it's more removal than even that. Next is a pet card. This does not get copied at all. I just love playing Bind. No one expects Bind. Actually, I cast Bind last week to counter the activated ability from Sisay, 5-color Sisay. So he paid 5 mana and didn't even get to tutor. It was very fun for me. Very fun for me. And only 1 printing. This seems like an easy print this card. I mean, put it on the list or something. Gods, it's good. There we go. This is a kind of counterspell. Narset's removal. Narset's reversal. I'm spelling this so wrong. I didn't go to spelling school, everyone. I went to Well, I guess program is kind of spelling, but we get cool spell check. Our sets reversal. This card's great. You just get to completely redirect something. It's freaking broken. That's the list version. Damn it. Okay. Oh. What are we doing? I think that was Architect. Next is Protection. Your commander's 5 mana, so you gotta do something about it. Not getting removed. My solution for this was Snakeskin Veil. There's more we could go in here. I think this card's pretty sick. Just give something hexproof. It doesn't even have to be your commander. This printing's pretty sweet. This printing's really sweet. So is this one. I'll pick up a cooler printing of this card, just to really drive the point home. Oh, I have this one. It's the one I'm holding in my hand. Why did the music cut off? This next card had Gandalf on it, so I put it in the deck because I saw it in my binder and I thought it was cool. It's Glamdring. This is Gandalf's sword. Gives first strike and +1/+0 for each instant sorcery card in your graveyard. That's kind of a big part of this deck is pumping Gandalf, the swinging for commander damage. It lets you cast more spells, which triggers Gandalf again. I mean, it's a combo. It's not a great combo, but it's a combo. Goes in the deck. Plus, the total cost of this is 5, which I thought was very flavorful. This is Architect. It is a free software online with ads, and then you can go on Patreon to remove the ads, I guess. I haven't done that. But yeah, it's free. You get... I haven't hit a limit of decks yet. And I use this constantly. Not on this account, but... It's also good for storing your collection, so here, let me add this, and then we'll take a look at the program as a whole. I've highlighted a lot of bugs today. But you can go to your collection. It'll show you a complete printout here, as well as you have an ability to import and export it in all the standard formats. I use that for like collection evaluation and things. And I'm sure there's all sorts of stuff I haven't used on here. You've also got news, decks, search, forums. It's very, tied into like EDH rec and stuff, so I'm not going to do it for this commander actually, because I don't want to. I'm trying to keep myself blind on what this commander does. Let's look at like a precon or something. What's a precon I've built that I liked? Food and Fellowship. So if I pick like Frodo, and we look at him, you can view his page on EDH Rec. And you can see what cards people are putting in decks with him. Let me switch back to previous window here. You actually might be able to see... Oh, if you go to the card page, that's it. You can see much more information here. You should also be able to see more information about like what lands and stuff go in his deck. How do I do that? Hang on, let me find out. Can I like tab or something on this? To go forward and backwards? No. It's stealing those inputs. So normally I wouldn't have to switch my windows so much. Hmm. There's a way to do this. I feel like I'm very stupid today. You can also see rulings, which I guess is cool. Not something I really use. What? If you look at the rulings on for any card, there's always weird stuff in here. Like, don't eat the food tokens. Hmm. Okay. Anyway, let's not get too distracted. Let's go back to Gandalf. Okay. This card I think is just good. It's called High Faith Trickster. If you're already at very high mana, this becomes just you didn't think I could win and now I win the game in a single turn type shenanigans. Very good stuff. Switch, addition, and I have it. Nope. Don't set it as commander. Foil. There we go. New to MTG, I found myself reading cards. Just learning what they do. Yeah, check this out. There's another competitor to Architect. I've not tried it. It's called Moxfield. And then there's a very old competitor called Tapped Out. So you have options. I would not recommend Tapped Out anymore. It's very old. I suspect they've not been up to date in their security, so stick with Moxfield or Architect until something new comes out. Okay. Of the stuff I've put together, there are a class of cards that I'm putting together called win cons. So the base win con for this deck is just attack people with Gandalf. He's a 5/5, and there are a lot of 5 mana spells that will 5 mana or above spells that will buff him and be copied. Right? So very good stuff. But before that, pet card again. Uh, Hurricane. This card is just awesome. I am running. Ooh, which version am I running? Oh, I can't tell the difference. Uh oh. Oh, it's the position of. Is this revised? I can't tell. This is me not knowing about old school Magic. Here, let me see this. I can't tell. This is before. Oh, you're welcome. This is before set symbols were invented. I'm pretty sure it's this version, not the revised version. Oh. Are there two Narsets reversals? No. Okay, this one's expensive. I hope it's not revised. Whoa. Oh, an Alpha Hurricane is $159 for a very silly card. What edition is this? Is it like 5th or something? No, it couldn't be 5th because 5th had new art. It's 4th. Is this 5th? Yeah. That's a cool printing as well. And in this last category, Architect. Is the tab frozen? Uh-oh. No, the tab's not frozen. Hang on. Gotta reload it. There we go, we're back. I think it was loading ads and freaked out. The first here is God Eternal Runus. There's just a better printing of this now. It's one of the Phyrexians. Which one is it? I don't remember. I'll look. It just doubles the power and toughness of... Or just doubles the power of each creature I control until on turn. If this gets copied, obviously, it will double Gandalf twice. And it gets shuffled back in. It's also at 5, so it casts off a Rishkar's expertise. This is very good. So it's in the deck. Next is Overwhelming Stampede. This also just doubles the power of Gandalf. It can be copied off Gandalf itself. Very good. I should be running this art. Why am I not? Where's this art at? What deck would be even running this art? I'll have to find this art. I'm gonna make a point of that. Next is Exponential Growth. This is very fun green shenanigans. Now, a lot of these are sorceries. That's why we have the High Fate Trickster in there. If we can get that out, we can kind of flash in this stuff during combat tricks. Bananas. Just double our creature's power X times. If you copy this with Gandalf, wow. You're gonna be, you know, smiting opponents, basically. And the last one is End Raise Forerunners. This gives trample. It was in my binder, so I put it in. Much, much better in, like, tokens or something. This could be cut. I'd be satisfied with switching that out for something else. Now, there's one class of cards that I haven't put in the deck because I don't own any of them, which is stuff that gets around the legend rule for copying creatures. So legend rule, if you play a legendary creature and you have one with the same name out, you have to sacrifice one. Or one of them goes to the graveyard or whatever. So, or is exiled? I don't remember the exact rule, but we're gonna get around it anyway. So there's a few cards that do that, and I don't know what they're called. So let's find out. The legend rule would be all we need. It's gonna do this to me again. If I just look up legend, what's gonna happen? I was expecting 0 again. Oh, I want to build around these cards too. The guild houses. I don't think they're all guild houses, but just give banding to your legendary creatures. I was thinking about building a green-white Sisay deck that that ran these just for fun flavor. What? What is this? What is there a ruling that makes this? No? When Arena of the Ancients comes into play, tap all legends. Legends don't untap during their controller's untap phases. This is an amazing stack space in Commander. Is anyone running this? I need to find out if people are running this. Especially now they print 300 legends a year. Yeah, this seems this seems like a card that people are sleeping on. It's gonna be, you know, whatever your meta is. But if you're running decks with creatures that need to tap for any reason, and you see that a lot, play Arena of the Ancients. Dear God. I mean, come on, are we... How is this not more than $1? Is it printed to hell? No. This one's an appropriate price, I guess. What are we doing, guys? Play Arena of the Ancients. That card's great. I mean, you know, don't play stacks or whatever, but if you're gonna play stacks, come on. Who doesn't like them? Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to the legend rule. These kind of cards. The first is Mirror Gallery. It's at 5. It copies. It doesn't need to, but it does. It's very funny. Mirror Gallery. Mirror Box. Very good. And then Sakashima. Very good. It's also very expensive. I might not play this. Okay. Now we need to fill the lands. This part's gonna be the part where we're sitting and waiting for me to count stuff. Okay, let me set these aside. The cards I'm moving, cutting. Let's set aside non-basics. There are a few. Actually, quite a few. Oh, that one was a lonely sandbar. There we go. We're going to start with basics because they are the least fun. If this deck ends up being something I play a lot, I will switch these out for cooler lands, but for now, they are just basic islands. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 islands. Oh. Cool. The answer is always yes. Next is forest. Some of these are cooler, but it's fine. I have 18 forests in this deck. Probably too many. Okay, next is cards that mean something. The first is Emergence Zone. This gives stuff flash. This card's cool when you need to like combo off in combat or something. It's good. That's all to be said about it. Next is Lonely Sandbar. This cycles, it's not great actually, but it cycles. Temple of the False God. Here's another card that's good. It just taps for extra later on. Oh, it gets printed a lot. I've heard murmurings that people don't think this is very good anymore. But remember, after land 4, this just becomes a better Ancient Tomb. That doesn't kill you when you tap it. Next, Mirror Pool. Mirror Pool is cool for a very specific reason, because that last ability, if you can subvert the Legends rule, you get to make copies of Gandalf, which means that you get to copy stuff a ton. It puts a ton of triggers on the stack. It's very fun, very interactive. People are drawing cards, they love you for it. Very cool in this deck. Reliquary Tower. They put a whole reliquary in this tower. They probably weren't supposed to. This also gets printed a lot. Just no max hand size. Good utility stuff. Not super necessary. That's a badass printing of Reliquary Tower. Well. This is also really cool. Is life worth living if you're not gonna aspire to great things? I mean, come on, what are we doing? I'll put that card in the deck. Bonder's Enclave. Pay 3 and draw a card. The deck makes a lot of mana. It's worth it. It's not super good or anything, but it's fine. It's utility land. It helps pay for Mirror Pool, which is really why it's in here. Failed to save. Why? Okay. I think it's saved. I think we're okay. Next is Arcane Lighthouse. Card's good. Just drops Hexproof and Shroud. Add his new card. You know, my deck doesn't target a lot of stuff, but I think the snares where an Arcane Lighthouse is good is when someone else wants to target something, or the table needs to remove, you know, a game ender. You can just drop the Hexproof or Shroud off something with like Lightning Greaves or what have you. It's good. I don't think people evaluate that card high enough. Probably not new players. Next is Tranquil Thicket. Tranquil Thicket. It's got cycling, which is good. That's not the reason I'm playing. The reason I'm playing it is because it's in the Lord of the Rings set, and I think that's cool. Do you need a better reason? What is this abomination of a playing card? Oh, that's cool. Next, I don't know why this is in here. Oh, no, this is fine. It's one of the Strixhaven doodads. Oh, it's actually in Okay, I might have to pull this one out then. What deck would that be in? Green blue was in the elf deck, so I'll just go grab that. Don't let me forget. And then Temple of Mystery. From M20. Okay, let's review, and then we've got 24 cards to fill. First things first, playing Gandalf. Gandalf lets you copy spells with mana value 5 or greater, as long as your opponents reveal a card off the top of their library that share a card type with that spell. The main combo for this deck, because it's sort of a combo deck, is this card here, Rishkar's Expertise. So it draws you, in the normal case, it's going to be 5 cards off Gandalf. And then you get to cast a spell with mana value 5 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Excellent. So this could get copied, and whatever you pull out could get copied. Notably, it doesn't have to be off the top, so you can just draw 5 cards and play something that you already had in your hand. The piece that makes this much cleaner is Lantern of Insight and effects like it that force everyone to play with the top card of the library revealed. Because then you can, hold on to your Rishkar's Expertise until you know someone's got a sorcery up there that you can just play right into. And it lets you shuffle. That's also good. A few things that take advantage of just drawing cards, which is a Simic, mainstay. Psychosis Crawler, very good. And then the main win con for this is pump up Gandalf, swing in, take out opponents with commander damage, right? So, what stuff is in here that does that? These finishers here. God Eternal Rodus, End-Raise Forerunners, Overwhelming Stampede. Standard Simic stuff. A few other things to think about too here. Hurricane, right? That could be a finisher as well. And then some, extra turn spells. Mind's Desire, Karn's Temporal Sundering, both could get copied off of Gandalf in the best case. And yeah, a ton of ramp. I'm playing 15 pieces of ramp. You need to get above 5. Ideally, you play Gandalf and another card in the same turn for the best value. It's kind of the only way to do it. I think I'm going to add Wizened Snitches into the deck. It's pretty cheap. Field of Dreams is better. Oh, maybe they couldn't reprint Field of Dreams because of the IP. Is it on the reserve list? Hang on, let me look. Dreams MTG reserve list. I think Field of Dreams is on the reserve list, unfortunately. Legends. Field of Dreams. Damn. Why? We have to do this. What does Planar Gate do? Couldn't we just not have the reserve list? There should be a sub clause in the commander rule set that says, hey, if it's on the reserve list, just proxy it, please. I mean, house rule. If you play at my table and you're playing proxies of reserve list cards, boy, do I not care. I don't actually care if you play proxies at all. As long as they're legible. If you've written on pieces of paper, I might be upset about them. What's that? Why is there stuff here for you? Do you see something here? I see like text and then something here. Oh no, I'm really dumb. That's chat. Actually, I think, am I missing Twitch chat right now? What's going on? Oh no, is the chat duplicated? Oh shit. I will have to fix that. That means that the chats are intertwined, which means are technically in violation of TOS and Twitch, but we're gonna be okay because we're gonna ignore the rule that says that we're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to be separate. I don't know why why it broke. My bad. I am wondering whether or not. I think that said 5 Pizzle. Thank you for the follow. Very much appreciate it. Well, that was interesting. Stream just went down. Okay, my internet is on the fritz. I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. Sorry about my internet problems, but we'll be back. I don't know, maybe tomorrow or something. With the rest of this, where we add new cards. We find stuff for me to buy, or I'll do